Today I'm excited to show you something really cool, to be able to take flabby arms and tone them up. And I'm going to go through about 8 or 9 different exercises. Some people are not going to be able to do certain exercises. I'm going to start really small and then increase from there. I want you to select the ones that make sense to you. When I do my workouts, I'm not very structured. I get bored really easy with exercises. I think it's important to switch it up. I'm going to show you a series of exercises that you can pick or choose which ones that will fit into your routine. As we age, the muscles in our arms start to atrophy. The fascia that surrounds the arm. Fascia is this stuff right here, saran wrap. The tissue that we recently identified as being way more important than what we thought it was. Because fascia surrounds our entire body like a wetsuit, but not just the outside. In the different layers of muscles, around the nerves, around the organs, it really gives the shape of the arm and around your whole body. It holds everything together. It also shares some of the forces that you put on your body when you exercise. When you stimulate the fascia, you actually cause collagen synthesis or a rebuilding effect. What we want as we age is to thicken that collagen layer and make it so it can tighten everything up really nicely. In the last video I did on toning the arm, we talked mainly about a stretching technique. Today we're going to focus more on a strengthening technique. In this video, we're not just going to focus on the primary muscles like the bicep and the triceps. The biceps cause your arm to go this way. The tricep extends your arm that way. We're not just going to focus on those muscles, even though those are the primary movers of the arm. There are a lot of other associated supportive muscles that have to be toned as well. We will handle the primary muscles, all the secondary and supporting muscles, and the fascia all with one type of exercise. This exercise is very safe on the joints. It's going to produce a lot of strength, reshape your arm. It's going to help put tone in the arm. It's not going to involve a lot of expensive equipment or even going to the gym. From what I evaluated, I think this is the best exercise for the arms that you can do, hands down. Most of the exercises we're going to talk about are isometric exercises. What's an isometric exercise? It's an exercise that involves increasing tension in the muscle without lengthening or shortening a muscle. If we want to stimulate the primary muscles, the secondary muscles, the associated supporting muscles, and the fascia, we want to add as much tension as we can to make changes in the arm. These exercises might really appear to be very simple, but wow, they really make you sore. We have the isometric exercise, and then we have another exercise. When you contract your muscle, this is called a concentric movement. When you extend the muscle and you lengthen the muscle, that's called eccentric movement. Some of these exercises that we're going to show you are going to involve this eccentric motion, this lengthening the muscle very slowly under tension. Why do we want to do that? Because it produces very fast results. It's very safe in the joint. It's fairly easy to do versus going to the gym and doing this two-dimensional exercise like this. As far as the equipment for the exercises, it would be great if you had a band like this. There's also going to be another piece of equipment that you may want to get. It's not that expensive, but it's called an isometric band. I'm also going to demonstrate a few things on the TRX, which I will show you really quick. Those are not that expensive either. Or if you have some gymnastic rings, I have those as well. I personally like those, but you don't really need to do these exercises on those. I'm excited about a new product we just released called Tutka. Tutka is a special type of bile salt that helps to clean the liver, the gallbladder, and the tubes connecting between the two. One indication that you might need some Tutka is a full sensation underneath the right rib cage that sometimes refers up to the right shoulder or upper trap area. Tutka basically thins the bile sludge and greatly assists in the digestion of fats. Take 2 on an empty stomach either once or twice a day, depending on how severe you have the problem. In this first exercise, it's real simple. You put this band around your neck, and as you can see in this video, the person is extending their arm. Hold it in this position where you're bent over for 20 seconds, and do 3 sets of that. This is primarily going to the back of the arm. This next one I really like as well because you can actually put this band right on top of your door. And then you can actually bring it down halfway and hold that position. This is an isometric exercise to really also build the back of the arm. Again, for all of these exercises, just to make it really easy, I would hold them for a count of 20. If you can do that, if not, do it less, like do 10 seconds. and then with a 10-second rest, and just do it 3 different times. In this next video, I really like this guy because Matt Schifferly does a lot of great isometrics. He has several books that I have. I really like the way that he explains things. Overcoming isometrics are where we're trying to push or pull against an immovable object. That way, the amount of resistance against your body is always equal to the amount of force you're putting into it. The anterior chain is all the muscles in the front part of the body. The posterior chain is all the muscles on the back part of your body. And the lateral chain is all the muscles on the side of the body. There's 3 really cool isometric exercises that you can do to just maximize your tension in your muscles to really tone those arms. Let's listen to what he has to say.
And this is why I'm particularly excited about the new isometrics that I've been doing, because they include both resistance against gravity plus an overcoming aspect where you can put as much force as possible into your muscles. So we start off with our squeezing plank where we get into hollow body, and then we're into a plank. So that's our yielding isometric aspect. But then if we squeeze the floor between our hands and our feet, now you can kind of hear in my voice I'm shaking a little bit. I can feel my core going nuts. You can also do the same thing for your backside of your body with a squeezing table bridge. So we've got our shoulders packed down and back, right? And then again, we squeeze the floor together between our feet and our hands. My hamstrings and my glutes are going absolutely crazy to make that happen.
Here's another exercise. I really like this one as well. We're going to take a band underneath your feet and you're going to pull up your arm halfway. This is going to work the bicep. This is called isometric bicep curl. For this next one, it's a little bit different, and this is called an eccentric movement. We're going to take some weight. You can use a dumbbell or on a bar, and then you're going to bring it up, and then slowly bring it back downward, lengthening the bicep. This is going to work your front part of your bicep, and this might look pretty easy, but it's not. And you're going to feel really sore after you do it. I would recommend do this maybe starting out only 5 times, but the key is to let it down really slow and gradually. For this next one, you're going to need something called an isometric band. You can get these on Amazon. They're not that expensive. Employ what I like to call the PTR principle, position, tension, resistance. Don't just jump in and be like, okay, here we go. Instead, take your time setting up for the position to make sure everything's where you want it to be. You've got good alignment because a lot of isometrics are full body exercises. So elbows in good position, hands in good position, then proactively engage the muscles you want to be working. And then finally apply the resistance against the handles. Stability is also a very important factor because you're only as strong as you are stable. And if you're really fighting to stabilize your body during an exercise, that's less energy and effort you can put into actually working the muscles. And that's why I highly recommend running a strap or the equipment you're using underneath some sort of a platform like an aerobic step or a plyo box or something. Now I'm going to have a lot more stability with the straps, and my feet are on a very stable platform. They're not getting pulled inwards or outwards. In this video, you might want to use what's called a TRX. They're a little bit less expensive than gymnastics rings. This is a killer exercise. As you're seeing me here in a push-up position, you're not just fighting gravity. You're fighting your arms from going out, going forward, going back. This is the ultimate exercise to build up all those additional support muscles that are not the primary movers, but they're secondary as well as a fascia. Then in this last video, this is a little bit more difficult, but if you can work yourself up to it, maybe you do this where your feet are touching the ground. If you can do this exercise, you're going to create some serious tension on the entire arm and your shoulder and your back. It might not look very hard, but it is difficult, and it creates some serious soreness. What we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize the tension in the arms using this isometric type exercise. Now that we went through this, go ahead and pick out some exercises. You might have to order some of the bands to do these exercises. But I think you're going to really see the results if you can apply some of these exercises to your workouts. If you haven't seen my other video on the arm exercises, I will put that up right here. Check it out.